Okay, awesome. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah, beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that right hand under in the neck, and I am mirroring you. So I'm not gonna face away or anything to do these exercises, just so you can make sure you see my hands the whole time. So we're gonna be starting here. Make sure we're at that flat. Everyone go ahead and just take a couple spins. Make sure you're focusing on keeping that level consistent. We don't wanna get this effect, high and low and high. We wanna make sure our spins, everyone go ahead and check that. Everyone go ahead and face this way for me. And then check that to the side, look at yourself, and make sure that your elbow is in line with that body as you do your spins. This is gonna be just such a huge indicator of where your spins are on your body. So already, right off the bat, we're gonna go ahead and call this section our spin dot. So when my hand is here and in line with my body, and my arm is at that perfect 9-degree angle, like Grantis is showing off, he keeps doing this, we all see that, yeah? This is my spin dot. So imagine there's a point in space right here that is my dot. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead, let's try 8 spins together. And I wanna make sure we can all face the front again. We don't have to face the side anymore. I want us to make sure that we're all keeping our rifle at that spin dot the entire time we spin. And then the last little challenge is making sure that hand that's spinning it is not going too far away from the spin dot each time. So make sure we're not doing this. See how my hand is coming out? Make sure we keep it super close to our rifle. Here we go. Let's do 8 spins, keeping it consistent. And let's go ahead and be in first position, turned out. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, pressing down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stop. Good, cool. So just with that 8, obviously every single grab is a count. We're just gonna go ahead and start with that right foot, and we're gonna go ahead and tendu, out on 1, in on 2, out 3, in 4, out 5, in 6, out 7, and 8. Yeah, super simple already. I see a lot of you guys doing them very well. Remember from the flag class 2, don't bend the leg to tendu. Make sure we imagine the thing I said last time too. Imagine there's a penny under your toe and you're trying to push on that penny so hard that the penny slides outward. That's how we're trying to get that second to happen. Also make sure, last little movement detail, is that if this is my first position, when I do my tendu, I am not gonna go directly out to the side, right? Wherever my toes are pointing, that's the way I'm gonna go with that foot. So right here, my toes are pointing to that corner, so my toes are gonna go to that corner. So everyone try that a couple times on your own with all those little details of the tendu going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really connecting that. And then for style and just for like our own like cleanliness purposes, when we push, we're gonna go ahead and put that arm behind our back. So this is gonna force you to push straight down into behind the back. Yeah, good. Go ahead and try it a couple times. I'll be watching your screens, giving you feedback. Good, Maddie. Good, 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 good. Already practice staying lifted on that standing leg so we don't get this effect as we go into the tendu and then this other effect. There's obviously going to be a slight to the side of just me moving onto each leg, but definitely not anything off balance. Let's go ahead and try 8 counts all together. Here we go. 8 counts. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1 and 3 and 5 and 7, stop. Good, now we do 8 counts on the other side. Exact same thing. So we're gonna go 1 and 3 and 5 and 7, 8. And now your left leg's moving for 8 counts. Yeah, so go ahead and try on the left side really quick. Make sure you have that. Good, good. Yeah, good, 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 cool. Let's go ahead and try that left side now. We're gonna go ahead and start it with a push, even though we don't do that in the normal exercise. We're gonna start with the push, but immediately go to that left leg. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and left leg, ready, push, 1 and 3 and 5 and 7, lock. Yeah, beautiful, great, great, great. So now from here, we're gonna do the same thing. Go ahead and do 8 more spins. 8 more spins, keeping that consistent level. And now as I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and plie, and I'm gonna bring my head to the side. So I'm gonna go plie down this way. And I'm gonna keep rolling this head and around, and then I'm come back to standing. So it probably feels very awkward just to do just like this, you know what I mean? Just do this position. But with those spins, it's that same thing. I'm gonna go push, press, and roll, and up. Yeah, go ahead and try this a couple times on your own. It's probably gonna freak you out the way your hand feels when that head is supposed to be down. This is that kind of like getting out of that realm of just spinning up tall. And in that toaster, you're wanting to control that hand, keep it at that 90-degree angle as your body moves around your arm. Yeah, everyone make sure we're trying that. Good, good. And then after you get it with the head roll, because that's a whole nother element, that's totally fine, add that plie. So that's what's also going to make it a little bit harder, because we can all do this because that arm is staying in the same spot. But when I add the plie, it's forcing, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong side. When I add that plie, it's forcing me now to also do a level change with my arm. Level change, level change, level change, and up. Do we see that? Yeah, good. Go ahead and try that a couple more times. I'll be scrolling through. Yeah, good. So remember, just 8 counts of it. So just 8 counts of it. So remember, you go to the left first, left and down and right and up. Everything's in 2s. 1, 2, 3, 2, da, 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 da. Yeah, I did not say those counts right at all, but you guys get the picture. Let's go ahead and try it all together. Here we go. Let's go ahead and try 8 counts. So from that push, remember, make sure you feel that left ear drop, drop, and drop, and drop, and back up. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1 and 3 and 5 and 7, stop. Cool. And now the last little thing that we're doing, same thing, it's going to be an 8. We're all going to go chasse to the left. So we're going to go chasse and land up. Good. Let's all try that with count. So we're here again. Everyone scoot back. So we go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Good. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do we all feel that? So now we add on the rifle spins. Same exact thing. You can try it from a push, and you're going push, down, up, down, up. This is going to be the hardest thing that you've ever done on drop spins with that level change of the hand. So you want to make sure, yeah, really good, Aaron. You want to make sure that you're holding on a little bit longer. Yeah, so if my drop spin is doing this naturally, when I jump and I do my chasse, my drop spin is going to want to do this. See how much higher it went? So you have to hold on a little bit longer as you're moving through that chasse so it stays low. Low, low. Yes, good, good, good. Yes, Hannah Lee. That was good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 Maddie. Yeah, Aaron, a little bit too high in that push. Good, Nick. Yeah, it's super uncomfortable. That's the name of the game with this. If we're being completely honest, it's just super uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But you have those moments where you're spinning through choreography, you're moving through choreography where you have to be able to do drop spins on different moves. You know what I mean? And this is where it starts. It starts at doing that chasse, making sure you're diving down. The rifle is following what your chasse is doing. Your hand has to change levels with your body, but you have to be pulling it with you too. Does that make sense? I know that was a super confusing sentence to say. Yeah, good, good, good. Cool. Let's go ahead and try that chasse. Here we go. 4 counts. And let's go ahead and step that left foot back so we can step right out into it. Chasse, down and up. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, push, chasse, down, up. Kind of make sense for everyone? Good. And now from here, we just do 2 more spins. We go 13, 14, and then we land on 15. 15. Yes. So from that chasse is happening on 9. I'm going 5, 6, 7, press, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everyone try that on your own. Go ahead. Try that on your own. Get those counts together. Good, Grace. Yeah, Grace. Good, good, good. Good, Valencia. Yeah, just make sure you add on those spins after the chasse too. Good, Nick. Good, Maddie. Yeah. So this is Like, again, this is an uncomfortable thing to do. Like, I'm sure we're all feeling it, right? We're all feeling it as we spin. It's uncomfortable to keep your spins at the same level as your chasse is going. But the importance of it is just being able to control that equipment so well that it doesn't matter that you're doing all these level changes. You're able to pull the rifle down. You're able to keep it at that same level the entire time. Does that make sense? That's the skill that you're after with these exercises. It doesn't matter what our body's doing. If I CGI'd out all my body, my hand still looks like this. If I CGI'd out everything else that's on my body, my hand is staying consistent as I spin. Does that make sense? That's the goal that you're going for as you're spinning. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try the chasse into the end one more time. We'll put it all together and then we'll go on the left side. Here we go. So we go 5. Starting with a chasse. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7. Press 1 up, 2, 3, 4, and blah, blah, grab. You know what? Let's try it one more time because I said every incorrect count. Let's do it again. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7. Press 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4, hit 5th. So right from this 15, 3rd, 4th, 5th, push. And we push right back down the opposite way to start drop spins on this side now. Yes. Everyone get a quick water, and then we'll put it on the left really quick. Everyone get a quick water if you have it, and then we'll go on the left. Sorry, Grant, go ahead.
Okay. Nice job. When you're doing these sashes, just be mindful that your knees are going in line with your foot. You don't want to have your knee come in or outward. It's just going to help you. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. I know you're either in the patio and cement, or you're in some grass, or you're in a gym, but just make sure that you're, however big or small you're making those, sashes, that you're going with your knee in line with your foot.
Yes, yes, yes. Good, good. Cool. Okay, so now we just finished that right side. So now, same thing as flag. My biggest thing is that the left side is the exact same as the right side. We just have to pull that information. So I'm going to be walking through it right now. And same thing as the rest of the class when we do the exercise on the left. But your goal and your challenge is to get it before I explain it. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to start working it on your own. Every little thing is reversed. Every single thing we did on the opposite side is now on the other side. Yeah? So try reversing it, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through it starting in about 30 seconds. So this is your way to test your brain and practice applying little things and little technical things that we've already talked about. And just a fair warning too, we already feel, I'm sure, it's a lot harder on the left. It's so much harder on the left. So really practice that control. Remember, when something's super hard for you, or when something's harder on one side, that's a good thing. That's a very clear guide for you to know, like, okay, I need to work on this side.
Be aware as you're doing stuff with your upper body that you're not hiking up that spinning arm. Some of us are bringing it all the way up to our shoulder. Remember, have that L shape. We don't want to bring it up so high that we have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, remember, that's the only part other than the chasse that like changes level. Obviously for the tendu, we're at this side the whole time, right, at this level. But then this one, I am plieing. So just like he said, don't do this and drop your body, but keep your hand up too high. Do we all see that? Make sure the arm is dropping with the body and going down into that level, because it stays at that 90-degree angle even when I'm low. Do we all see that? Yeah. Sometimes it might drop a little bit lower, but definitely don't go too high. Good. Okay, so I'm going to start on that right foot, right? I'm going out. No, sorry, left foot. Yep, out. Yeah. First. Good, good, good. Yeah, make sure we're all trying it. Good. Yeah, that chasse too on the left side. Yeah, so we're starting with the same leg, the same hand. So I'm starting with my left leg, left hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now my body is going to drop to the right. So it's in my left hand, but I drop opposite. Right and down and left and up and stop. Yeah. And now from here, I'm chassing to the right. So I'm going chasse, down, and in. Good. And now from here, I do those 2 more spins, down, down, hit into my flat. Does that kind of make sense for everyone? Yeah. So I'm guessing for all of us, the left side is something that we understand, but it's just hard for us, right? That's the name of the game probably for all of us in color guard. So it's something that, again, you want to be working on. We're going to try it a couple times right now, but I'm not going to stress on the technical side of the left side too much. But it's something that if you're struggling right now, just work on it after class. Yeah, here we go. Left hand is under, right hand is over. Remember, we're starting with that same leg, same hand. Here we go. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, press in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, head to the right, 1, and 3, and 5, and chasse here, chasse, and down, up, hit, hit, grab. Okay, so I just moved to the side in the middle of that just so I didn't hit my blinds when I chassed. I just scooted over so I could chasse and have room. So don't follow me with those feet. But do we kind of feel that? Did we all feel our problem areas in that section? Yeah, I'm sure for all of us too, like these might have been super easy. And even these might have been easy for you. But find your problem areas. Find if you have issues when you're doing this, or if you have issues when you're traveling, or if you even have issues just putting the feet to the hands. Those are all really 3 separate concepts in this exercise. So it's a very clear tell for all of you guys to kind of see like, oh, I have a lot of issues with combining my feet and my hands. Or, oh, I have a lot of issues going off center while keeping my equipment still. Or, oh, I have a lot of issues controlling my equipment while I travel. Does that make sense? So there's 3 options to find in this exercise. Make sure we're all looking at that. Are we all good? Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get some water and then we'll go ahead and move on.
Good job, Hannah. Hannah did a great job on that.
Oh, I was muted that whole time. How embarrassing. So we'll be moving on to swing study now. And swing study is definitely something we can all start getting back up when you have time. But swing study is definitely something that is super important, I think, to understand in color guard, because it's all the way back from like that beginner class that we had at the beginning of the month, where the swing that we do with our equipment controls everything. Literally just everything that we do in color guard comes from the swing of your rifle. When we toss, it comes from the butt swinging down to lift up. When we do drop spins, it comes from that tip swinging around. When we do anything, right? When we do flourishes, that tip swinging up with the gravity, all of that stuff is swing. So this kind of exercise kind of experiments and messes with that swing and makes sure we all understand. So we're gonna start with that right hand under. Right hand will be under. We're gonna start with the drop spin, push and grab, keeping that elbow connected. Yep, now from here, we disconnect it up. And it's just gonna go tabletop. Good. From here now, I'm gonna just drop it and I'm gonna go down, up, grab. I'm gonna grab on the other side. Good. So your aim now, everyone go back to here. Your aim is to let this elbow drop to the side, and that drop allows it to go swing up, grab at the as close to the tip as you can. You don't have to get the tip, but try to get close to it. And now look, it's not a full single, so it's definitely not this. Did we all see that? It's just a flip. Just that. Grab. Yes, that's it, Aaron. Yeah, try that a couple of times with that push now. Going push and 1, up, 2, 3, grab 4. Good. Make sure that the elbow getting up is super important. What kind of swing do we think this is, right? It's this one, the J-toss swing. So same exact thing right here. You want to be making sure that you're feeling that kind of J-toss swing. Up, J-toss, J-toss. Good. Now we're all here. Let's all pretend that we all got here perfectly. Yeah, and most of you guys did, so y'all don't have to pretend. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and let it swing. I'm going to kind of loosen up my grip just a little bit. So kind of go like pencil grip-ish. And now from here, I'm just going to kind of let it swing and come back up. Good. So now the thing about this one is you want to let it drop and go all the way to flat and back up. Good. Now, when it comes up, you want to let it go when it comes back to the flat. So here, and let go, grab. And you're going to grab it on the stupid side of the rifle. Yeah, the bolt side, I guess, is the proper way to say that, huh? Yeah. So now we're here. So we're on the dumb side of the rifle. Now from this moment, we're going to go around. We're going to flick it a little bit more, and we're going to go into the good side of the rifle. Beautiful. Yeah, the comfortable side that we all love. And now from here, we're just going to finish this out with a single and grab. And grab. Okay. That was confusing. Let's try it again. So we go from the beginning. We start with that push, elbows up. Good. Swing and grab. Then from this grab, we let this swing, down, up, dumb side, good side, and grab. Good side, and then grab. Yes. So go ahead and start working this out on your own. I'm just going to start talking about it because there's a lot to talk about in this exercise. Go ahead and start working on it. So first of all, when I push this drop spin, this is the first type of swing that we're doing. Drop spin swing. Very simple. It's probably the first thing that we learned on rifle, all of us, I'm sure. Yeah, really utilize that kind of doorknob twist. So already see the difference between this kind of swing is coming from you twisting your wrist. That's what's making this swing happen. Twist and grab. Now from here, we bring this elbow up into that J-toss position on count 2. This is the second type of swing that we're doing. And this is that J-toss swing. This is that swing that gets you to float your rifle. And you feel it right here. I don't have to speed up my rifle, right? I let that thing float, grab. And now remember the thing we talked about. There's 2 types of connections in color guard. There's soft connections and there's hard connections. Soft connections continue motion, drop spins, backhands, things like this. Hard connections stop your rifle. Catches, things like this, that catch with 2 hands that just stop. Those are hard connections. This is not a hard connection. I do not want you to stop your rifle here. Even though this looks super cool and super impressive, don't do this. Let it be a soft connection, just like Grantis just did, and you want it to keep going. So from this elbow, we go float, down, down, grab. So notice, even though I'm grabbing so prominently, and even though it's such a hard grab, I don't have to stop it. It doesn't have to be something that stops motion. It can be something that continues. Do we all see that? Even though I grabbed it hard, I let it be a soft connection into that swing. Good. So now we're here, and we're going to go up, grab. So everyone just try this one, because this is arguably the hardest one for color guard people to get. And I'm sure we all kind of figure out why, is because as we do this swing, this is a swing where you can't do anything at all. When you're coming here, if you add any little bit of energy, you're going to be too fast, right? So this is something hard for color guard people to do, is we love to put energy into everything. We love to toss and we love to go hard, but for this one, you have to just let go. You have to go swing, let go, grab. And you have to make sure that we're grabbing it flat. So grab here, and I'll tell you why in a second. Everyone go ahead and hold your rifle vertical for me. And now do this. Do this. Just, I know it feels so silly. Okay, now go flat. Now do the same thing. Do we feel how like your rifle like wants to swing? Do we all feel that? So that's why it's so important to catch flat, is because if we catch vertical, we're gonna have to now use our elbow and shoulder to rotate this, because it doesn't naturally rotate from a down. Do we see that? My rifle just does that. But if I grab it flat, all I have to do is pull down a little bit and that rotation continues. Do we all see that? It naturally continues because of the physics of the rifle. So everyone try that a couple times on your own, seeing that difference between catching flat. Yeah, so Aaron, a little bit too much. When you go here, don't whip like this. Yeah, just let go. Let go and let it naturally fall. Yes, and then into grab and down. Okay, so this one was totally fine. We did nothing for that first one, nothing. Then we grabbed. And now this one is a medium energy. This one's only a half rotation, right? So medium energy into the strap. Very medium energy. You don't have to do a lot. And now this last one is the most that we've done in the whole piece, because this is that full single. So now we go full single, grab. Okay, that was so many words. Aren't we so happy this is recorded? So like I said, there's so many different types of swing on this exercise because it's a study. It's literally a study. It's studying the swings that we do in color guard. And the first one that we do is drop spin. That's literally the first one that most people learn. It's just twisting that wrist. Yeah. But the biggest thing is that we teach it, and I'm sure everyone kind of teaches drop spins like twisting a doorknob. You know what I mean? So then we learn drop spins twisting a doorknob. We don't ever think of the swing of the rifle. But now I'm pulling you back and starting to think of the swing. So let's go ahead and push one more time. Let's walk through it. We go push, spin, and up. 1, 2, and sorry, push on 8, 8 and 1, up 2. Then we do the J toss swing. This is floaty. 3, grab 4. And now we're letting this float. We push energy down, but remember the hardest thing for color guard people is to do nothing on the other down. Here, just let it go. Don't push energy into it right here. Yes. So this will be 5 and 7 and 9. And now this is medium energy. 9, 11, 12. 11, 12. And then that 11 to 12 is the fastest part of the whole thing because this has all been slow. If we all watch this really quick, this is slow. Push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing, light, and quickest thing. Do we all see that crazy speed change right there? So make sure we're all feeling that. Here, nothing, medium, heavy, quick. Go ahead and everyone try that a couple times on your own. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know this is one of the confusing one. Good, Valencia.
So be mindful as you do this exercise that nothing goes too high. Like we're not like, you know, tossing tosses right now. So keep it relatively like, I guess, mid-range and low. We don't really go above our head for any of this. Besides the nose or like half the equipment, but the whole thing doesn't leave up here in the heavens.
Right, yes, yes, yes. And that's a huge concept, like just in hand-to-hand technique, right? If we do things up here, our wrist can't bend like that. And it's not just like it's our own technique, like we love to do it like this. It's just your wrists don't work like that. So it's just impossible to properly control your rifle when you're spinning up here. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure as you do all this stuff, just like you said, you float it, but it's still staying at waist level. Look at my hands. Only watch my hands the whole time. Aside from this moment, just like he said, everything stays low. Everything is at my waist level. My hands only stayed here the whole time. Same thing when we go to that other side, everything is just going to stay on that same plane as we move through. Yeah. So make sure that's a huge, huge thing. Thank you, Grant. That's a huge thing. Make sure we keep it super low at that waist level. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we mostly got it, which is awesome. This is something that you should work on all the time. Truly. This is just something that like, it has so many different elements in it that are helpful on all pieces of equipment. It's just like I go outside and I do this as a warm up really quick. And this is my quickest way to get my students and people that I teach used to the weight of the equipment. I'm sure you guys are feeling it right now too, that you really have to kind of manipulate it to be able to understand this exercise, right? You can't just swing and hope for the best. You have to be controlling that rifle. Here we go. You go right hand under. And we go 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1, up 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Okay, now we push. So now my left hand is under, right hand is over. Let's just learn. Actually, get a quick water. And then go ahead and put it on the left side. Nick, do it again. Nick, are you able to come closer to your camera a little bit? I don't know if Nick can hear me. Yeah. Nick, you're just doing 2 drop spins at the beginning. So make sure you're doing, yes, there you go. Make sure it goes here and up. And then for everyone, make sure this elbow doesn't go center body. This stays on the side. This is right above this shoulder. Yeah. Good, good.
I think when we, after we get here, some of us are swinging a little too fast. So go slower on this part right before you get to the bolt.
Okay, so same thing as the other side, or sorry, same thing as the other exercise. Challenge yourself to get this before I talk through it. Yeah, and I talk a lot, so it should be a nice challenge for y'all. So I'm starting here on that left side. Left hand is under. I'm doing the same kind of push that I've done, push and grab. And now from here, I'm bringing that elbow up to go into that position. Same thing, same exact technique. From here, this is a little bit awkward. I'm dropping and grabbing. I'm gonna be at the end of the butt, just like this. I know it's so uncomfortable. but you want to practice being able to catch like this because this is a very awkward part of the rifle and it'll help you. So now we're here, and I'm going to go ahead and let this same thing kind of loosen my grip so it can kind of slide. Good. But now notice too, when I do this, again, I keep this low. Don't do this like here. Put it low, out, and down. Yeah, everyone go here like at waist level. Everybody go waist level and hold it with your other hand too. And now let it fall, and up. Yes, practice not lifting that hand. Practice that. Yes, that is a big concept where it ties into directly what Grantis was talking about, where if you do this, this is not gonna feel the same or work the same. So make sure this is a great moment to show that off and say low, low, grab. Now I'm on this side. So go ahead, everyone go like this. Everyone go here again. And now feel down, down, up, grab. And now we're on a stupider part of the rifle. We thought the other side was stupid. This is an even worse part of the rifle. It's terrible. Now from here, we're gonna do that same thing. Make sure we catch it flat like this though. Yeah, I just do this as a checkpoint. You know what I mean? So make sure we catch everything flat. And now from here, I go scoop in, normal side of the rifle again. Yay, we're back to normal. Yep, and now from here, we single out and grab. And this should feel like your standard single that we always do on the left. Yeah, that first toss that I'm sure we all learned. Yeah, so now try it in succession, going here, swing up, swing around, down, up, grab. Yeah, this side's most likely gonna be harder. Just a fair warning. We all feel those things when they're harder, right? So we have to put a little bit more effort when things are harder and things are like more difficult on the other hand. I think a lot of our common like tendencies as color guard people is to, again, put more energy, right? When we're uncomfortable with things, we're like, okay, I need to do more because I wasn't doing enough to make it happen. But that's not the case with this exercise at all. With this one specifically, you want to back off, especially on that left side. You can't do things like this and spin it super quick. You have to be really light. Delicate, 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 grab. My hands are touching my rifle so softly, I'm not slapping anything. Yeah, so try that. Try that a couple times, check that out. Good, yes. Good, 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 yeah. Very good, okay. So let's go ahead and try it on the left side. And just like every other exercise, I tell you guys this, I just remind this to you. Some of you guys don't need to hear this, but if you're struggling on this part, it's good. The left side is hard. You know what I mean? You want to struggle on these things so that you have stuff to work out, right? If you came to this class and you learned nothing, that would be a waste. If you came to this class and you were challenged and stuff is hard, that's what you're wanting. Yes, yes? Let's go ahead and try this on the left side. Here we go. Left hand is under, right hand's over. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1, up 2, 3, grab 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Yeah, good, 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 good. Last time, last one. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1, up 2, 3, grab 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. Good. Okay, so go ahead and get some water. Go ahead and get some water before we move on to our next thing. So we've been working obviously now with drop spins and adding body, and then we were doing kind of swing stuff. We only had one drop spin in that one, so it was all swingy, long motion, stuff like that. This next one's gonna be quick, 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 quick into backhands, stuff like this. Yeah, so make sure we're all ready. Go ahead and try some backhands on your own if you want, because we're just gonna be learning one exercise and moving on to the hard stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with that right hand under. We can all hear me still, right? Yeah, okay, cool. My phone is bugging out a little bit. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna start with the push. And from this push, we're not gonna go into a spin. We're gonna go right into a left backhand grab. Yeah, try it again, go here. Everyone go here again. We're going push, grab. A little bit too much, Aaron. So this is another thing where you wanna make sure we're pushing a lot less. Like if you watch my hands, it almost looks like I'm just rolling it over. Do we all see that? There is a slight push. I'm just showing you that to show you what the rifle does. But you don't actually roll, but there is kind of no lift at all. I think about dropping into that belly button, into here. Yes, there you go. And now from here, pull to flat. We love that. Cool. Now do the other way. Grab. This side's going to be harder because we toss from this side, so we're going to want to do more. And now same thing, we're all here in this backhand, and we go pull. Yes. So everyone try this a couple times on your own. You just want to try it back and forth. You want to go push, grab, pull, push, grab, pull. Good. Yeah, let's try it again. Everyone go here. Let's review it one more time. So let's get counts because counts always help kind of lock things in. Push on 8, 8 and 1, 8 and 1, 2, 3, we hold, and then we're going to push on 4. 4 and 1, 2. Okay, so everyone just remember those counts. 4 and 1, 2. Same counts the entire time. We go 5, 6, 7, push in 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and just over and over again till your heart's desire. Just over and over again, practicing those backhands. So this is the quickest way for me to get students getting backhands into their hands, especially that concept of rolling over. The hand will always help students understand how much to do. So really, really feel yourself right here. Stay low. Just like Grant said earlier, never have anything go up here. None of these exercises will ever utilize that. So make sure we stay low the entire time, yeah? So let's go ahead and try 2 sets of it. So we're gonna go push in 1, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, push, stop right there. Yeah? Here we go. We won't do it that quick. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, press in 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, stop right there. Good, cool. Now let's add on another layer. You're gonna go push and grab, single grab, single grab. Good, same thing, push and grab. Beautiful, single grab. Yeah, so now you're doing that back and forth. Push, grab, up, grab, push, grab, up, grab. And the counts are the same. And now remember how we used to hold on 3. Now because the exercise is longer, we don't hold on that 3, we catch on that 3. So I'm going 5, 6, 7, press in 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3. So now we're finding, I'm sure, as we squeeze at that flat, because we're doing a drop spin the opposite way, we have to make sure we're re-pushing. Yes or no? You have to make sure we're not doing this. Do we see that? I want to stop at flat by squeezing. Up and squeeze, up and squeeze, up and squeeze, up and squeeze. Then try that a couple times on your own. Good, good. Okay, so this is an exercise, like I told you, I call this backhand training. And you can add on as many or as little backhands or flips or whatever you want. Sometimes I do 2. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do 2, 2, and then single, single, grab. So this is an exercise literally meant to kind of be interchangeable with whatever you're working on. Does that make sense? This is just the basis of it. That's why it's called training, yeah? So let's go and move on to the hard part of what we're doing now. So we're gonna start with that right hand under again. Right hand under. We're gonna start with the spin. Beautiful. Then we're gonna go into a tap. Tap, yep. And then we're gonna go into another tap, but grab both hands. Both hands. Yeah, so everyone go back to this again. Make sure this thumb is pressed like this on top, and that's gonna help you go up, squeeze. Up, squeeze. So now try it from this quick grab. So go tap, tap, grab. Tap, tap, grab. Yeah, so the second tap, yeah, that's it, Maddie. The second tap that you do, you want it to float. Tap, float, grab. Try that again. That's close, Aaron. Yeah, that's it. So make sure when I tap, everyone just hold your hand just like this. Hold your hand out for me. That's all it does. Don't do anything else. Literally. I know that's so weird, but watch my hand. When I tap, it just literally taps. Do we see? My hand didn't do anything else. I'll do it one more time closer. Nothing else. I just tap. It rolls over my hand naturally, but I'm not lifting. I'm not pushing. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just holding it still. Let him try that. Yes, that'll make it the best. Don't try to add any energy. What seems to be the theme of this class already is I'm pulling out a lot of the strength and energy that you guys are putting into your gun right now because you really don't need that much. Does that make sense? Only use the amount of energy you need to do these things. Same thing, don't push energy through this tap when you don't need to. All you have to do is place the hand and gravity takes care of the rest. Yeah. So now from here, both of my hands are grabbing. I'm going to try to get them super close. Definitely don't be like this. I'm going to get them super close. This is going to be center body, like seatbelt. Now from here, this is going to pop and I'm going to go right drop spin. Good. So now try that from the grab. Tap, tap, both, grab. Grab. So remember how we talked about the soft and hard connections earlier? Yeah. This is another moment. This is literally another moment where this can easily be a hard connection, right? But it's not. Even though I'm grabbing with two hands, I'm continuing motion. Quick, quick, continue, grab. Do we all see that? Even though I'm catching it, I am catching it in this motion and pushing to the spin. So check that on your own. Make sure you're doing that. Quick, quick, continue, grab. Yes, Grace. That was so good. So good. Do it again. Tap, tap, grab. Yep. Yeah, good, 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 good. Cool. The lower you guys get it to that waist level, the more consistent it will be. That's just a tip. The more consistent it'll be at that waist level. Let's go ahead and try that together. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, press, tap, tap, grab, spin. Okay. From this spin now, we go right into backhand. Backhand. Yes, and now we go back into another spin. So now add on those two grabs. Obviously, it's going to make it harder, but we go tap, tap, both, grab, backhand, grab. Yeah, so this is getting into our spin combo stuff, so really work those hands out. Good, Valencia. Good. Good. Yeah. All of us, everyone go here really quick. Everyone go here. Make sure when we're doing our backhands, yes, the arm is definitely doing this. Or sorry, yes, the wrist is definitely twisting. But do we see how this elbow's up too? Remember this J-toss feeling that we had? Put it in here too. When I'm going into this backhand, I don't just try to torque the wrist. I also use my elbow. So I'm going elbow and into that next thing. As soon as you feel backhand, everyone go here now really quick. Everyone go like this. And now as soon as you feel your hand touch, I want you to think elbow to the side. Elbow to side, grab. Elbow to side, grab. Do we see how as soon as we touch that, thinking that elbow dropping continues motion? Continue, grab. Cool. Now that's like the basic way to do it. Don't actually do this the whole time. Yeah, but that's just your way of getting your arm to do the right pathway. Yeah, go ahead and try it a couple more times. This is like the last spin combo thing we're doing. So take your time. Don't feel rushed to get this at all. Make sure you practice in the right details. If you have a question, feel free to ask. Okay, so let's go ahead and just finish this out because there's only 2 more counts of this. So I am doing all my tap stuff, and I'm going into this backhand, and I'm still continuing into this spin. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, now I'm still continuing into this spin, and now from here I'm gonna grab like a track. I'm gonna grab like a track, but now from here I'm gonna go into cradle. Yep, keep going into cradle, but it's just a wrist cradle. Just a wrist cradle, and I'm gonna grab under, yep, and I'm gonna go single catch. Yes, and now I'm on the done side of the rifle again. So now that left hand should be in that neck. So let's try that again, because that ending is super confusing, I get it. We're here, we're in our right hand, I'm gonna come closer too. I grab, thumb up, like this, and now from here I go into a cradle, and I grab under, and just grab like this, yes. And now from this cradle, that motion continues to go swing up, grab. Swing up, grab, yes. Yeah, Nick, good, yeah, good, good, good. So now watch how quick this is gonna happen, just really quick. Do you see that? So that cradle that happens has to go quick. I never actually go to a cradle, just get that really quick. I never actually go to like here and then grab and out. It's super quick. Do you see how far away from my body that is? Yeah, so one more time. It's like this. Yeah, it's just in my wrist. And then I swing to grab. Yeah, good, good, good. Good. So the hardest part of this too is really, like, even when I was doing this exercise, this is the part that I kept tripping up. Like when I was making it and stuff, is just going through that cradle is hard, but it's something that happens so often in choreography. Lots and lots and lots of choreographers have spin combos that like deal with like both hands or deal with cradling, because we just felt when we switched the rifle, like when we went from this moment and we went into cradle, we were able to now toss properly. Does that make sense? So this is a very common thing to do. So make sure we all understand that. Yeah. And that's the end of that exercise. So I'm going to start here again. Let's walk through it one more time before we get some water. So I'm going to be starting with that push, push, grab. Good. Why is it cutting off? Go ahead and try it on your own really quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was cutting off. Okay, so we start with that spin and we go into tap, tap. So we go push, tap, tap, and then grab, grab. Good. Keep this close. Don't let the rifle go away from you. Now from here, close grab, close grab. Yep. Make sure it doesn't spin too fast. I know it feels like we want to do that. It feels like we want to do this, right? But it needs to be a little bit more of like a float grab. Float, grab. Yes, it does rotate, but floaty. Now from here, I go into backhand. Into backhand. Good. Just too much, Aaron. Just a little pop. Grab. Yeah, yeah. So you're trying to do a double right now. Just this. Just roll it over that hand. Grab. Yeah, just that. Good. And now from here, I'm going up, grab, track position, cradle. Yep, up, catch. Okay, so this is a monster of an exercise. This is an exercise that we're not going to be doing on the left today, because this is a challenge I want you guys to take from this class and do it on your own. In the recording I send you, the left side will be involved. So the left side will be in there. In the recording, I'll put it at the end of that recording with that exercise, so you guys can like challenge yourself. And then if you get it, you can kind of see like, oh, did I match it up? Does that make sense? Yeah, and because this exercise is already harder on the right as it is, I don't want to get us all confused and everything before we leave and stuff. So really focus on getting those hands in. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's get that pattern so we have it locked into our heads. So we're going push on counts 8, 1, and 2, and. This is up 3, grab 4, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9, 10. Yes. So really quickly, this is the speed. I go, I guess let me turn around. I go 5, 6, 7, press 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Do we all see that? Yeah. So my speed is pushing super quick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Yeah, especially that cradle pushing through. Yeah. So we all see the speed of it. We're going to try a little bit slower right now, but I wanted you guys to all see what it looks like. Yeah. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is a hard one. This is a hard one. Let's try it one more time, a little slower. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. Last time. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, press 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9. Yeah, good, Grace. Good, Hannah. Yeah, good, cool. So everyone come closer really quick before we start tossing, just so we can talk about all this hand stuff that we just did. So it's the hour mark already. We took a lot of time to talk about all that stuff, which is totally fine because I wanted to get into your hands. We're going to start tossing now for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to go from singles to quads. Yeah. But the thing that I want us to remember about all the hand-to-hand stuff is that everything stayed like majority at waist level. I don't know if we realize that. Like majority of every single little thing that we did was all at waist level the entire time. Everything stayed low. And it's again because of that simple concept of when my hand is bent like this, it's so much easier for my wrist to rotate out. It's like, obviously we like the look of it, yes, but it's also just because of your anatomy. You know what I mean? Go outside in your backyard and try this exercise up here, and you'll find that it's just literally impossible. So if you can't do things up at this level, then you should never be bringing your hands anywhere up here when we're doing technique. Does that make sense? And that's just kind of a guide I give my students, is I just tell them, like, anytime you go above your shoulder, you need to make sure, like, you need to check and make sure you're actually supposed to do that, because it's very rare in technique to ever go above your shoulder with rifle technique. Aside from like tracks that do stuff like this and the swing study that we just did, everything kind of stays pretty low. Everything stays under the chin. Any kind of spin combo stuff we do stays under those shoulders. So that's just a very good way for you guys to kind of check and be like, oh, am I going too high up, or am I right where I'm supposed to be? Does that make sense? Yeah. And then all this stuff directly correlates to your tosses too. Every single exercise that we did had a swing. Every single one. Every single exercise had some sort of swing. If it was this kind of track that swung into your toss, if it was a swing study, practicing that exact toss, or if it was the spins with body that had that swing around. Yeah, every single one had something to practice in it. So make sure we all focus. Yeah? Cool.
I just want to say before I go, because I have to go back to work, great job, everyone. While you're practicing this on your own time, make sure that, take it at your own pace so that you're using the right amount of squeeze and hand positionings before you take it at a faster tempo. And then you'll be able to do it like really, really well, but make sure that you're not just blowing through all the technique and the actual where all the hands go, because otherwise you won't actually get the exercise. But good job.
Yes, thank you so much, Francis. Yes, and he's been saying so many like great concepts that are pretty like good, like solid concepts to be talking about just in color guard in general. And that is another one of them, is like, if you can't do something up to speed, don't do it up to speed yet. Put it at your tempo and then slowly get it up to that speed. But doing things like this, like with the arms all crazy and bad technique, just because you want to get it at the speed that I'm doing, doesn't make any sense, right? If you were at that level, you wouldn't be in this class, right? You wouldn't have to go that crazy fast. So you want to make sure that you're pushing things back from that basic level, and you're making sure that you understand everything completely, not just, oh, I can get through it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So right now, when we go through these tosses right now, I want to make sure that we're all focusing on the technique of what we're doing. We're not just throwing and grabbing, right? We're focusing on the technique of push lift or swing up, or whatever technique you learned at your school or group or organization. You're focusing on that right now as we toss. Yes or no? Beautiful. Awesome. So if you need to go, feel free, because we're just tossing now. So if you don't want to work on tosses, you don't have to stay. Thank you guys so much for coming. But let's go ahead and do some singles now. So we're going to start with that left hand under. Left hand under if you are staying. Cool, cool. So left hand is under to start. We're going to start with that push down, straight down to the side, push on 8 and, release on 1, catching on that count 2. Everyone try that on your own. Yeah, and all of you guys look pretty good at it. Yeah, pretty solid. Couple details. Make sure the hand stays by the side that pushes. Make sure the release hand stays still. Don't do this. You see my hands moving, doing extracurricular activities? Yes, make sure it stays. And squeeze. Yeah. Okay, try it a couple times. Make sure you grab flat, Aaron. Flat. Yeah. Let's try one together. Here we go. Let's all be in first position for this. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Squeeze. Good. Let's try it again. Same thing. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Squeeze. Okay. Everyone go ahead and squeeze your rifle for me. Squeeze your rifle as hard as you can. Cool. Do we feel how it's just my wrists and my elbows kind of engaging my arms, right? Good. Pull your rifle apart. Think of pulling this way. Okay. Do we see how when we pull this way, our shoulders instantly like, ugh. We all feel that, right? Such a simple way to catch stronger. Such a simple way. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to slam your hands hard or anything. You literally have to, instead of just thinking squeeze, think pull apart. It's the difference between looking like this and looking like this, right? One looks so much more performed without any effort at all. I literally just changed the direction I was pulling. Let's go ahead and try one more. Here we go. And focus on pulling apart in our grab. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Pull apart. Cool. Yeah, I hope we feel that difference. Cool. So now from here, same thing, push down. Push down. And now you have to have a little bit of a heavier push on this side because we have that whole tip that we have to get around right now. But same exact thing, we go push around, grab. Push around and grab. Good. I did the wrong technique just now for myself. So I'm not supposed to be whipping down for my personal technique. I want to make sure that I'm keeping my fingertips up. So same thing, if you do that technique too, make sure going push, lift, grab, not going push down, grab. But it's totally fine. If that's your technique, do you. That's fine. Good, good, cool. Let's try that right side now. Here we go. Right hand is under. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push, lift, squeeze. Good, last time. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push, lift, squeeze. Beautiful. Good. Now let's try 4 in a row. So we'll be going and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Yeah? 4 singles. Here we go. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Good. Good, yes. And also, I hope you guys are noticing too that that pull apart also helps your flats, right? Because it's hard to like pull apart at an angle, right? But if you're pulling apart, it's going to force you to kind of catch flat because you're not going to want to do this. You're going to want to actually pull it apart at flat, yeah? So now go ahead and move to doubles. And now that same exact concept, I'm going to go on my knee because I'm inside. That same exact concept of going up, and then when I'm grabbing, I am pulling it apart in my catch. Everyone go ahead and try a double on your own. Releasing on 1, catching on 2 and. Good, yeah, Maddie, pull apart on your grab so it doesn't dip below flat. Good, Aaron. Good, 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 good. Cool. Yeah, let's try it. You guys look really rocking. Let's try it. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up and 2 and. Good, let's try again. Sorry, I'll do it with you guys so you can see the count. So I personally dip on 7. If you don't want to dip on 7, you don't have to. But I dip on 5, 6, 7, and then I hold 8 and push 8 and 1 and 2 and. So I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and. I only do this 7 because it helps me lock my dip. Here we go. Same thing for everyone. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up and 2 and. Good. Last time. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, set and up and 2 and. Good. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to give a couple quick corrections. If you want to get water really quick, you can. Hannah, make sure after you push down, Hannah, make sure this hand doesn't come back up too soon. Make sure it stays by your side. Aaron, for you, right now you're releasing a little bit early. So you're pushing down and then your rifle's tracking a little bit this way. So when you're catching, it's on this side of your body, right? And then Nick, you're getting a little bit of your hand too high up when you release. Yeah, so make sure your hand stays pretty low in your release. Don't get it all the way up here, especially because when you go to your higher tosses, it's going to be hard to get those higher ones if you're already up here on the doubles. And then Maddie, on your catch, making sure that you're going into your catch super strong. And I feel like I can hear it even though you're muted, but just make sure it's not going here. Make sure it's stopping at that flat every time. And then Grace, just a little bit high up on your catches. Yeah, so you go into your catches really solid, but they're up here. Yeah, which is forcing you to get that hand in. Makes you press down to waist level so you can spread the tip. Yeah, that's why I said that was a bunch of quick corrections for all of you just from like what I saw. But let's go ahead and try one more double and try to apply those little things. It'll help, yeah? Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up into end. Good, 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 good. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. Remember those little corrections I told you. For realsies this time. I know I already said it one more time. Here we go. 5 and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and up into end. Good. Yeah, great, guys. Cool. Let's move on to triples. Let's move on to triples. So triples are going in line with the shoulder for my personal release points. If you don't do my release points, just don't worry about what I'm saying right now. But I do wrist to shoulder for my triples. Yeah. And these are going to be rotating directly above my head. So doubles are right in front of my face, right? Right here. And now triples are going to be right up here, just like a foot higher. Everyone go ahead and try it. You're releasing on 1, and then you're catching this 3 rotation on 3. A little tiny bit higher, Aaron. That was a really good release and catch, but make sure it doesn't go here, up to that shoulder level. Good. And let's go ahead and move into second now too, for everybody. Good. But if you want to stay in first, you can. No biggie. Okay, Hannah. Yeah, Hannah, those are good. Yeah, Hannah, make sure we're not getting that cross push. So you're pushing down. Your technique is honestly flawless other than on the end. You just cross push a little bit. So make sure you're just going down to that side. Yeah. Yeah, it's really slight. Yeah, good, 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 good. You fixed it already. Good for you. Good, Nick. Yeah, Nick, those are good. You get a little bit low sometimes. It's a little bit on the low side, and it comes from that hand coming off the gun too early or off the rifle too early. So make sure you're pushing all the way down and putting all of your energy into that. Yeah. There, yeah, and that was too much. Yes, so that's good. So now you can back off of the release hand. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Even less. Good. Okay, so this is that point. Honestly, Nick just felt it. I'm going to use Nick as an example because they just felt it. So when I am forcing myself to use too much left hand and I'm getting fatigued with that left hand, that is where the like effortlessness does not come from, right? Is when I have to use that left hand to get my toss out. That's what makes color guard so hard for some of us, right? So you kind of offset that by using the other hand too. Push energy with that other hand. Remember that first concept of when we went back to that swing to do our singles? For those of you that were in like some of my first classes, when we do that swing, this moment is what makes your toss happen, right? Because I can toss without my right hand, and so can all of you, right? But the only thing that's different about doing it like this is my push is now starting the swing. So what Nick just found is when they pushed harder and they pushed harder down to their side, they still went up with the same energy with that left hand, but they didn't need to. Does that make sense? You want to make sure that we're pushing energy here, but this hand should be effortless. This hand should look like butter as it goes up because all of the energy is starting here. Does that kind of make sense? Does that concept make sense to everyone? Yeah. So go ahead and try it again and now do less. This is the good part of color guard. This is when you're getting to that level of where, okay, I can back off now. I don't need to use my muscle. I can use my technique. Yeah, good. Keep working on it. Yeah, Nick, so much better with the left hand coming out. Yeah, a little bit too much, but good. Back off a little bit. Good, Grace. Maddie, are you able to, can you try going like back like 6 steps and then try 1 triple really quick? Just so I can see the peak of your rotation to see if you're doing over or under. Go ahead. One more time, sorry. One more time, Maddie. There it is. Yeah. So it's been a little bit under, and I feel like it's coming from you dipping here. Yeah. Go to your dip. Go to your dip. Yeah. Make sure it's steep. Yeah. There you go. Because if I'm just here, then I'm only rotating this much. But if I'm here, I have all that rotation. Yeah. Go ahead and try it one more time with that steep dip. Yeah. Good. There it is. Good. So remember the steep dip for you. Cool. Let's go ahead and try it all together. Here we go. All together. Tossing on 1, catching on 3. Here we go. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, grab. Good. Again, same thing. Are we remembering that concept all the way from singles? Pull apart. Remember that. Yep. Here we go again. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, grab. Good. Okay. Let's do last one before we move on to quads. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, grab. Good, cool. If you need water, go ahead and get some. And then you're gonna go ahead and move on to quads. And we're catching on 3 and now. So quads are the first tosses that are massively inconsistent for a lot of people. And it's because when we do triples and doubles and singles, our hand normally and usually only goes to under the shoulder. So there's only so much places that you can be wrong, right? There's only this, yeah, and only over here. But when we go above the shoulder, now you have all this area to be wrong. Does that make sense? That's why it's super important when we go into higher tosses, you have to be more exact. You have to think about it a little bit more than you do for your lower tosses. So same exact thing. My triple was rotating right here, like a foot above my head, like a halo. Yeah. Now my quad is gonna be about 2 to 3 feet above my head. Yeah. I'm gonna go outside so I can demonstrate some of these quads. You go ahead and start taking some of them, but I'm gonna head outside so I can start doing them with you guys. Take my tripod. Oh, it's gonna be blazing. Can I turn this? Oh yes, we love. Okay, can we all still hear me? Yeah, okay, beautiful. So now that I'm working with these higher tosses, which way should I face? Yeah. Now that I'm working with these higher tosses and I'm going above, remember my triples come out at shoulder level. So it's a nice consistent place to kind of let go. But now that we're working with these quads, you wanna make sure we're not doing this to release. This is already the biggest habit that I know from like just most people when they do color guard and go to quads, we do that, yeah? So make sure we try to keep that hand low. I get that like hand, like wrist in line with my chin is kind of like my own personal checkpoint. And that's what I do like for my quads that make them come out like pretty nicely. So I'm doing hand in line with chin to go into that grab. Yeah. Everyone go ahead and try that a couple times on your own. Good, Aaron. A little higher. A little higher, Grace. Yeah. Okay, so before we get started on our quads and tossing them and taking some of them, let's go ahead and talk about one more concept. So in color guard and in toss technique, whatever, we have a push and we have a lift. No matter what technique you come from, that's just like the physics of what the rifle does, right? We have a down and then that down makes our up happen, correct? Yeah, so if we're doing 2 separate actions, if we're doing a push and we're doing a lift, that means in the middle of our process, there's gonna be a moment when there's time in between those 2 actions, right? Because I'm pushing and then after I push, I lift. So there's a moment of nothing. That moment is the most important moment in tossing because it's gonna decide how slow or fast your toss goes. If I am pushing and lifting 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, look how slow my toss goes. But if I just speed up that process and treat it the same way, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, my toss just goes faster naturally. So sometimes it's not about pushing more. It's not about lifting faster. Sometimes it's literally about doing the entire process just so much quicker. Does that make sense? Everyone try your quads again. And I want you to think about that time in between. And instead of just thinking push, lift, think down, up, a super, super quick swing. Swing up. That's kind of what you want to feel as it's pushing into that lift. Good, Aaron. That time in between your toss is just as important as your push and just as important as your lift. Good, Maddie. Good, Nick. Yeah, Grace. Make sure you're not just stopping here at your push. Push all the way down. Yeah, just to get that energy out from that hand, yeah. And then one last thing from everyone before we start trying them all together. I know I said that last time, but everyone go here to your flat. And now everyone go to your dip. Okay, so now everyone go ahead and put your elbow down like this. Okay, now try to push your rifle. Do we kind of feel how like we have no muscle when we do that? Yes. We also have no muscle when we do it like this either. So when our hand is just at this 45 like this, it's kind of the same thing. We're go ahead and try to push. It feels similar, right? Yeah. So now go here again. And now instead of having this elbow down, have it tabletop. And now when you push, you're going to be able to push that entire shoulder, that entire muscle that's in your shoulder is going to be able to now push down with your rifle. Go ahead and try that push. Do we feel that difference? Yeah, that's a huge difference of like how much energy you're going to be able to put into your rifle. Yeah. So make sure we're all going here and we're not dipping like this to push. We're dipping big arm and then pushing all the way down. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Everyone go ahead and try that a couple times on your own. Yep. A little higher, Hannah. The left hand has to go quicker up, quicker to the release point. Same thing, Grace. You're getting your push really good now, but now the left hand's going a little bit slow. Yeah, so get it all the way up. Can I throw one more concept at you guys? One more concept. Yeah, honestly a big concept. When I'm doing my singles and I'm doing my quads, are they the same counts? Yes, it's push on 8 and release on 1, just like a single. But for my single, I only needed to do this. I only needed to go 8 and 1, right? But for my quads, I'm doing the exact same counts, but in such a larger distance. Do we see that? I'm going 8 and 1. So now my toss and my hand isn't going to go this slow. Now my hand has to go this quick. And a lot of us aren't doing that right now. A lot of us are treating this toss like it's the single speed, just pulling our hand up to here. But it shouldn't be like that. Do we understand? Just because, and we can even see it on my single, or on my single and my double. My single should be like this, but my double is already so much quicker. See how much faster my hand had to go up to make my double happen? So same thing here. When your left hand is going up to your release point, it should be going so much faster than any other toss that you've done. Does that make sense? So everyone, one last time, go ahead and try 2 more quads on your own and focus on that left hand going faster than you think it needs to go. Yes, Grace, yes. That seemed to be the ticket for you. Left hand faster. Try it again. That's your ticket. So yours is the left hand going quick. That's your fix for your quads, yeah? Yep, good, 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 good. Hannah, okay. Yeah, good. Let's try some all together. Here we go. Let's try some. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, set and up, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay. Again. Beautiful. Same thing. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, 3, and. Okay. Yeah. Everyone come closer. Beautiful job. Come closer really quick. So, like I told you, like this is like a hard class. I'm sure you guys felt it. I'm sure your arms are dead. We did so many spins and hand-to-hand exercises, so many tosses, all that stuff. Stretch out your arms, especially if you did the flag class too. Your arms are extra dead. Don't spin anymore today. I know that's so weird to hear, but truly, don't spin anymore today because it's things like that. When you learn so much information, you got to sleep on it for a second. You know what I mean? Go inside, take a breather, get some water, think about it at the end of the day before you go to bed. Think of the class, think of the stuff we learned. You'll get a recording sent to you tomorrow. Yeah. And then just utilize these things, advance the things that I teach you. I try to go into my classes at a beginner level, and I explain things very clearly at the beginner level, but I want you guys to be taking these things and advancing it. I don't want you guys to just keep doing it the same way over and over again. Like I told you, with the spin exercise, add more to it. If you know harder, fancier things, add wrist rolls, add different things to your like arsenal, to where when choreographers are giving you stuff, it's so much easier to learn. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things about like my way of teaching is I try to get my students and the people I teach to touch every single part of the rifle as much as possible. So that when you are learning choreography, when you're at auditions, when you're anywhere you're going to do color guard elsewhere, you've already experienced every part of the rifle in technique. Does that make sense? But it is really hard to do technique, and maybe you only did drop spins at your school, or maybe you only did like short stops at your school, but then you're getting into choreography that has stuff like this and has stuff that like you've never done in your technique before. You know what I mean? So this is where it comes from. All these crazy exercises that we did today, this is putting your hands all over that gun and all over that rifle to where you know a bunch of different things when you leave here. Does that all make sense to everyone? Yeah? Cool. So I'll be staying on like my normal 5 minutes. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask. I'm gonna stop the recording. And this is kind of just like a free for all. Well, I'm inside, so I have all my equipment, but I can't really do flag in here. But I have my rifle and saber if you need help on any other pieces of equipment. If not, you guys are free to go. Thank you guys again so much for coming. Maddie, I did see your question. I'll respond to you because that's more of a private matter. So I'll respond to you on Instagram. And then, yeah, if anyone else has any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Let me stop the recording.